I love old photos of the Holy Land. They not only record historic views of biblical sites and settings, but they also provide a window into the daily lives of the peoples that inhabited the land of the Bible. From around the time of the United States Civil War in the 1860s to the founding of the State of Israel in 1948, photographers captured the Holy Land. Today, you cannot saddle up a horse to visit Mark Twain's Jerusalem, board the Jaffa-Jerusalem Express like Theodore Herzl, get stuck in the mud of Megiddo's swamps like Gertrude Bell. But if you know where to look and what to look for, you can find yourself transported to sites and scenes of peoples who not only lived in the land of the Bible, but lived in the same way as biblical peoples. In Vanished Views, we will closely examine my favorite photos, which bring to life the landscape and lifestyles of the biblical world. This is one of my all-time favorite photos. It is packed with elements that illustrate the daily life of the biblical world. This is a scene from the village of Zerin at the end of the 19th century. Zerin is the biblical town of Jezreel. The tower in the background of the photo is all that remains today. The rest of the buildings have since disappeared. This photo is full of human life, almost unchanged from biblical times. A baby with her siblings plays on one rooftop. An old man with prayer beads smiles toward the camera while sitting on a ledge. A young man seeks shade from the morning sun. A half-empty water skin lies nearby. A young boy sits with his stick as his friend stands fiercely, each striking a pose for the camera. Jezreel means God sows. The name highlights the town's chief quality, its well-watered, rich soil. Jezreel was in the Jezreel Valley, Israel's most fertile region. What crops did they cultivate? What types of tools would the Israelites have used? Here is where our photo helps us understand the ancient way of life in the biblical world. Several tools are in this photo. A wooden plow and yoke lean against the wall. The yoke would have been attached to oxen. A farmer would have guided the plow into the rich fields around Jezreel. With the arrival of mechanical agriculture, this most common of biblical scenes vanished. But for the biblical authors, the wheat harvest was a go-to illustration for representing bondage and freedom. God compared Israel's exodus from Egypt to him breaking the bars of your yoke. In the New Testament, Jesus beckoned his audience to give him their hearts, saying, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." The yoke and the plow prepared the ground. But what happened after the wheat was harvested? It would be gathered and then threshed. Threshing was the process of separating the wheat kernel from the inedible chaff. 2 threshing sledges can be seen in the alley of the village. A threshing sledge included wooden planks with sharp pieces of stone or metal stuck into the bottom. After the harvest, a team of workmen would saddle their oxen and pull the sledge over the stalks, tearing them and separating the grain. The wheat was then winnowed, a process of flinging the wheat into the air. The heavy kernels would fall and pieces of inedible chaff would fly away. Threshing and winnowing wheat was an activity done by every family, clan, and village at least once a year. The psalmist depicted the wicked like winnowed chaff that the wind drives away. We have examined a vanished view, filled with illuminating insights into the everyday life that characterized ancient Israel. Historic pictures from 19th and early 20th century Palestine allow us to travel back in time to understand better the world of the Bible and the biblical text. I'm Chris McKinney. You are watching Vanished Views. If you like today's content, please like and subscribe to our channel, Behind the Bible.